pots thrown and they're out drying to be leather hard, it's time to think about trimming them. I've noticed that the easiest way to trim things is with what we call a Griffin grip. The old traditional method was to put a pot down on the wheel head, try to center it, then add little clay balls or snakes around it to hold it there so it's firm on the wheel head, and then trim. The thing I found in the past was that we had pots that we weren't quite satisfied, but it takes too long to go back and redo them. With the Griffin grip, we just crank these a little bit and they tighten up on the pot and have it centered for you. You can look at it. Aesthetically, it makes you make more decisions. You can make a better pot. You can trim them thinner. It's certainly much easier to do, and just the fact that it's easier and simpler and faster gets the beginner into the mindset of looking at their pots, making sure that they've got even thicknesses, that they have good curves to them, and that they're trimmed right. So we have better pots because of this. I'm really sold on them. I think this is the only way to go. Okay, how the construction of these things are, basically a couple pieces of plastic. These sections here fit right down on top of the wheel head, down on here. They just sit down on there. If we want to look at it, we can pop that loose. We can see that we've got these eccentrics in here, and as we turn it, it will turn the outside things that hold our pots down. It goes back together, so it's back on the wheel. Basically, the concept is we will grab these, we put them in here, and we'll put these in so that they look like this. Catch the little dogs down there, and as we turn it, you see that they come in closer, and eventually they'll come to the rim of your pot. Remember, our pot is upside down when we're trimming the foot of it. Okay? So that's one method to catch something low. Now, if we want to catch something a little higher, we're just going to flip these around like this, and depending on where you want to grab your pot, you can come in here and you're going to see that we have a series of different types of little rods, and basically what they have with them, and remember there's lots of little pieces and parts, so we have to be real careful. We have trimming stations in our studio, so we're going to put that one in there. I'm going to put that one in there. Put this last one on here. And then these have little foam pads on them, and you just set them on here. Turn them on. Twist that one on like that. And then as we get a pot in here, it will come in and edge onto the pot. If you need taller ones, we've got all these different series of where we can catch taller pots at different sizes. We can also do vases, which have a real thin neck and have a big body up here. We can support them with this Griffin grip. That's kind of how these things work. Important thing is, make sure that everything goes back in its place when we're through. Like I said, they are somewhat spendy, but they're certainly worth the time and effort, and we make much better pots when we have these. So clean up after yourself, clean all your scraps, put them in the recycle bin, because that's where we recycle all of our clay here. Clean up the area, put all the parts back. That's how we operate our Griffin grip.